Aliens. Are new Hollywood movies shit, or are we just spoiled? That's my big question. Little extra note, in Finland we have conscription, so mandatory military training. It's called Finnish Defense Forces, so every man serves in the army in Finland. We don't go to war or anything like that. It's just about defending our own country and our own people. Because I know that Alien 1 is regarded as one of the best horror movies ever made, and I know this is regarded as one of the best action movies ever made. So I'm also very curious about that aspect. I distinctly remember growing up watching Alien 1. We had Alien 4 for some reason on VHS, so I remember Alien 4, and then I grew up with Alien vs. Predator movies and all that. I don't remember actually ever sitting down watching Aliens, let alone when I realized that we had Alien 4, which means I have never seen Alien 3. What? How is that possible? There's a lot of classic movies like Pulp Fiction that I haven't seen. Sue me. I don't know how. Scarface? Never saw it. I don't know how I can call myself a millennial who loves movies, never seen some classics. Want to experience these classic movies for the first time ever, as a European, as a Finnish, as a millennial, looking back at movies from more of a filmmaking perspective, because I love movies, I love media, I value the effort of CG, and I've heard that Aliens 2 is very practical. Let's sit back, enjoy a classic 80s Aliens action movie, some awesome practical effects. I can't wait, and let's just enjoy it. So like and subscribe if you want to see any more first take experiences and reactions to amazing movies. I can't wait. An actually good movie. You know how satisfying it is to sit down and actually know you're going to experience something good? Because I think we all can agree that that's been the problem, right? Like you sit back and you want to put your time on something and then it's not worth it. That how annoying that is. I love the colors. It's like a wallpaper with the blue hue. And I just love the organic feel. Like all the suits and everything just look so organic. By the way, I really don't know what this movie's about. So Alien 1, I watched Alien 1 recently. So I know Alien, I remember that distinct because I watched it after Alien Romulus in like October or whatever. So is this after Sigourney? Yeah, she got away from the alien and they're drifting in space. So this is directly after Alien 1, right? Is it? Let's see. How do they film this? Because I think a lot of it is practical. I'm sure that's 2 miniatures. So some people found her. They found her. Even that, did you see how that came in? That looked like the alien tail. That's fast, considering like how... That's actually such a good point also. If you really had this like, industrial level cutter, plasma cutter, whatever that is, it would be a machine. We often see a human do that, but that again, and think of the time when this movie came out in the 80s. That is so ahead of its time of like, yeah, why wouldn't you just have a machine scan it? You're absolutely right. Like, why would there be a person like walking in if you don't know what it is, right? There could be chemicals or anything. Obviously, it would be a machine doing it. I already like the world building. How? Why? I already like it. I already like the feel. It's super cool. I do like the Alien universe, especially the original movies, of how dangerous space is and how like human bodies are not designed to survive in it. I really like that.
Well, better than yesterday, at least.
When was it? How long ago?
You're at Gateway Station. Been here a couple of days. You're pretty groggy at first, but
Gateway Station.
Carter Burke. I work for the company. But don't let that fool you. I'm really an okay guy.
Well,
Glad to see you feeling a little.
yeah, so she would be very paranoid about the alien because the company or whatever wanted to see the alien, right? How long?
How long was I out there? Has no one discussed this with you? 57 years.
57 years.
You could be
So all your family, all your friends. I like that. Panic. Or something else. Nightmare or... Is this a nightmare or what? The cat's reaction is like it really could be real, but for some reason I'm thinking it's a nightmare. I don't know why. Ah, yeah. Ba, 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 ba. That's what I thought. I felt like it has to be a nightmare. You know why? I was gonna comment it, but it was way too bright. Like everything was so like bright and like I don't know why.
something to help you sleep.
There's something I was thinking like it like felt like we might have a different sequence because now the lighting is more natural. Like obviously it's night, but still night because there is no nighttime. But you know. Yeah, that was a lot more natural. Like her skin color, everything is a lot more natural. Previously, it looked very plastic, and I was kind of like, surprising. And I thought it was like a juxtaposition of like the dirty grime and then obviously the facility of like health, but it was still surprisingly. What is that a hologram? But there are also plants. Or what? Am I crazy? It's like a resting stop in in space. I like that. Clever idea. Oh yeah, that's Alien Isolation, isn't it? With her daughter or whatever.
Yeah, that was at the time of her death.
Oh, so in this movie they said that she died. Oh, I mean, I guess in the game, I have not finished the game, so I don't know the story of the game, but I know it's her daughter that's like going for her, looking for her. But she was quite young. She was like in her 20s, 30s there, yeah. That would be crazy. Yeah, she had a daughter. That's crazy. She had a family. That would be insane. So how long was the normal travels? Was it like...
Her 11th birthday. Now, how many different ways do you want me to tell the same story?
Did she tell them about the alien? So they don't believe her.
Company orders to get this thing, which destroyed
That makes
my
sense.
crew.
Yeah, so they don't want to admit it, obviously.
Team which went over the lifeboat centimeter by centimeter found no physical evidence of the creature you described.
I wonder why. Yeah.
Because I blew it out
Duh.
of the damn airline.
I destroyed Danger's biohazard. We didn't find it because I destroyed the Danger's biohazard. Like, that would be so frustrating.
Species like this hostile organism on LV-426?
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away? Man,
I like her
was
attitude.
that it was not-
I like her.
Invade world.
I mean, I understand if you've been doing it and you don't find it.
And has concentrated acid for
That sounds
blood.
crazy. That sounds crazy. Yeah.
Thank you, Officer Ripley. That will be all.
Please, you're not listening to me.
That would be
Kane,
so frustrating.
Kane, who went into that ship, said he saw thousands of aliens.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. That will be all.
God damn it, that's not all.
At the very least, like, believe that something could have been, yeah. That's not surprising. We're waiting for the jail.
Now, no criminal charges will be.
That's what I was expecting, yeah. I understand it from their perspective. I understand.
These proceedings are closed.
I get it. She's saying crazy stuff. There's obviously a cover-up. It's not just that she's sounding crazy. There is a cover-up. She could have gone to jail.
There have been people there for over 20 years, and they never complained about any hostile.
And I understand that as well. So they just went there. That's what it is. Aliens 2 is that they went to the... that makes sense. Okay, that setup is good. I like the setup. Makes sense. So I never knew how were there suddenly aliens. That makes sense. You know what's also really funny? When the original business guy had a briefcase, super 80s, took out a piece of paper, it had the holes from a fax machine. And then also, you saw when they were on the desk, they were talking, everybody's smoking, and they had those big crystal, I like what that looks like. That looks fucking awesome. Tuhkakuppi, ashtray. Tuhkakuppi in Finnish. Ashtrays. And it was funny because that's, again, very 80s. Because that's my grandma. My grandma used to have those ashtrays too. So it's always funny that when you consider a future life, it's always connected to today's life. If you think about Prometheus or other like sci-fi movies now, it always looks very Apple-ish, like Apple-ish, I guess, ash. Swiping is like very like modern mentality, whereas with this is obviously a lot more analog. Nowadays, there's always drones everywhere, whereas here, even the machine that went into the room to scan where Ripley was in, it was like a crane, because this is industrial crane era, whereas today it's drone era, so it would have been a drone doing the same thing. So it's funny that when people always think about sci-fi stuff, it's always like connected to today's stuff. Not bad, it's just interesting.
I don't ask because it takes 2 weeks to get an answer.
That makes sense. Again, that makes sense. That makes sense, because communications and everything. This is fascinating. This is such a good idea for a movie. Such a good idea for a sequel. There was lots. Let's go there again. Terraforming, super fascinating. Seeing the life of people and kids and this hard life and this exploration. This is such a good idea. Why don't we have good movies like this anymore? That's fascinating. That it's like a family doing that kind of stuff. That is such an interesting idea. I wonder if there's going to be a reason why they discovered Ripley and then they find the ship now. Obviously, it's a movie thing. I get that, but I'm still curious because this movie series has a precedent of the company deciding to do stuff. So I wonder if they kind of wanted, like, okay, we're about to find this. We're probably going to get closer to it soon. And we found Ripley, so we can, that kind of stuff. So I wonder if the company did something to get Ripley now, Then maybe they already knew where she was, but just decided to get her now, I mean, that could be life-changing. That could be life-changing as a finding, So I get it. I have to be honest. I think we were so spoiled with movies back in the day. Terminator 2, Aliens, Star Wars. It's just so many, like Matrix. So spoiled with fantastic ideas for movies and done them really well. That's that jumped me. That made me jump. That made me jump. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. I don't know why. That freaked me out. Yeah, that was not a nice thing. I don't like that at all.
This is Lieutenant Gorman of the Colonial Marine.
So I feel like
We have to talk.
it was the company.
They've lost contact with the colony on LV-426.
I feel like that was the company wanting to utilize her expertise or something.
We've been
been trained to deal with situations like this.
Fine, then you don't need me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
not a soldier.
That's a very good point.
I would like you there as an advisor.
Why?
And that's all.
So does he kind of believe her or not? Why? What is the point?
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Where are you going?
Exactly.
We're getting into a lot of terraforming now and building better worlds.
Yeah, I saw the commercial.
So that's their
I
like
don't have time
gold
for that.
mine, and if that fails, it looks bad for the company. That's the argument, at least.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, they're trying to say that if you just help us with this consulting job, I will change your
What
life.
would you say if I told you I could get you reinstated as a flight officer? You wake up every night, your sheets are soaking with
I
sweat.
said no, and I mean it.
So she's having
Now please leave.
lots of psychological problems
I'm not going
for a
back,
very good
I am-
reason.
I would not be any good to you if I did.
How do she did lose her daughter though? She lost her child. She's thinking of other children facing this. So is that going to be her motivation of like, fuck this? I would never want that be like another child's experience. See, goodness gracious, we don't have this in today's movies. Do you know why? I'm already going to tell you. Do you know why people like her? Because first of all, she's right. It's not based on bullshit. What she's saying is correct. Her response is reasonable when she's like, you idiots, this is stupid, you're wrong. She's right. Second of all, she's still polite. She gave them drinks. She's polite. Third of all, she's broken. Going through what she did, she's broken. The difference between old school movies is Rambo has PTSD and is crying on the floor in the first one. She has PTSD. She's freaking the fuck out about what happened to her, which is reasonable and rational. She's likable. She's normal.
But to wipe
She's asking, tell me. She's like, please be honest, please.
all right, I'm in.
It's still a bit like rough for her to do this. I do find it a little bit of a jump. Why would she, to be honest? But then again, what have we been shown? She has no life. She has no future. She hates what she's doing. She lost her family. It's 50 years. She has nothing, no future, nothing. I feel like she probably kind of feels like, if there's one good thing that I can do, if there's one last thing I can do to save a child, it's like, I'm willing to die for that. And that, once again, is such a rational and reasonable thing to say, which modern heroes, I'm sorry to say, especially female heroes, would not do. This is like such a big difference that she's willing to kind of like risk herself and her own well-being and everything because I think she's imagining like the kids. The kids seems to be a theme of this. Like, they're families. They're people who are innocent and they are under craze threat that she can understand the best in the world. So how dare she go to sleep and like think I could help and not do anything when she knows what's happening, right? So it's like, loader, I know that loader. And I like the juxtaposition of how clean this ship is compared to the ship in the first movie. Like, I like the fact that she's freaking out. She's broken. She's done with life. Essentially kind of suicidal, to be honest. Like, we saw what she was doing in her free time, just staring at completely, like, what's the word? Dissociating, right? Just completely like just zoned out. It's like she has nothing in her life. So it's reasonable that there's a mission where you can save somebody. It's like, yeah, even though she knows what it is. And it was reasonable for her to first be no, because why the hell would she not want? How long does it take for them to leave where they were to come to this planet? Like a year or something? Is that like reasonable, or is it more? That must be so weird. I can't imagine like waking up and just transporting to another place in the world. That is such an insane idea.
Not enough to have to wake up to your face, Drake.
Yeah, that's fair.
What?
That's fair.
Is that a joke? Man, you look just like I feel.
Yeah, my hero.
Formation of parade. I love the call.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, shut up. I would like to activate myself.
Vasquez, have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
That's a good callback. Come back.
Daughters, we have to rescue from their virginity.
God, shut the fuck up. Yeah, they're soldiers. They don't give a fuck. They live a completely different life. I remember this as a kid. We used to do this as kids. Yeah. I don't like that. I mean, he asked for it. It would be creepy, yeah. You know also what's the difference between this and modern movies? I love him. Yeah. What the hell is that?
You never said anything about an android being.
Oh, he's an android. Oh.
Person malfunctioned.
Malfunctioned.
Few problems.
Had an
and,
order
few deaths.
to do crazy stuff, yeah.
I'm shocked. Was it an older model? Planes, I think the U2s always were a bit twitchy.
You're saying, my company made a thing,
Stay away from me, Bishop. You
it had problems. But the same company made new things, it won't have problems.
Guess you don't like the cornbread
That's such a stupid argument. I get it, but it's also a stupid argument, you know? You know what's also a big difference between this group of people? Obviously, they're very diverse. There's also different kinds of people and all that kind of stuff. But having a butch woman, you know what the difference is? There's a butch woman, but there's also still men talking about poontang. Whereas nowadays, there would not be a group of men talking about poontangs. There would only be butch women being butch.
Have laid something inside his throat, some sort of embryo. He started.
I like that she's freaking out. I like that.
Look, man, I only need to know one thing. Where they are. Anytime,
They're cringe. They're cringe. But they are cringe like that. Yep.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I like that. Shut the fuck up.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
We also have Ripley's report.
I like that. They're having attitudes.
Come here.
Yeah, what the fuck do you... Yeah. Again, they're reasonable. They're assholes. They're stupid. They're annoying. But that's... I'm telling you, that's how they are. In Finland, we have mandatory military training, so I was in the army for a year. So I'm telling you, that is normal conversations. I never saw action. In Finnish soldiers, we do not see action. Our army is not called army. It's called Finnish Defense Forces. We don't go anywhere or do anything with it. We just receive, like, training. And that is how they talk, is what I'm saying.
Knows anything you can do.
I mean...
Well, I can drive that loader.
Oh, yeah, she did load
I
stuff.
have a class 2
She did, yeah, she did do loading, yeah.
Be my guest.
Is he sucking up those? Again, there's a precedent. Not only is she a woman of action, not only is she who's somebody who is clearly gone through like some kind of trainings to be like the pilot stuff, pretty high level pilot stuff. After that, she also did loading. We have already established that she knows how to load. That was a conversation we had. So her being able to do all of this makes absolute utter sense. Yeah, I like that. It looks good. He likes it. I think he likes her attitude of like being like shut the fuck up and all that, you know.
Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
And that's how that is. It's like, I doubt you. I'll do it. Okay, we move on. That's really like that. I'll be honest. Again, that's masculine energy. Fuck with you. Do it. Got it. Thank you. That's it, you know? It is just so different from nowadays, like how people talk in movies and stuff like that. It's just so millennial, I'll be honest. I'm a millennial, but it's just so millennial cringe. Those two must have threesomes with women. I think both of them would enjoy it. I was just wearing knee pads. Like a few months ago, I went to some training. God damn it, the knee pads just wouldn't stay in place. So I can't imagine all of those things. So do they actually stay in place and feel good? That's stressful, by the way, when you're like, do I have everything with me? Do I have all my gear? Oh, I have 2 minutes. I have 1 minute. Oh shit, do I have this? Go in formation. Wait, fuck. That's always so... I hated that part. And that was just training. That wasn't even like actually you would be under fire, you know? I like the design. It's like practical. You know what's fascinating is to watch this movie and see space marines like this. I mean marines in space, not space marines from Warhammer. And when I think of like Halo that I grew up with, it's so obvious that everything was inspired by movies like this, you know? That would be fun, I bet. I love the design. Sleek design. I like it. Again, looks very Halo. So I can see where Halo got a lot of inspiration. I love the analog look. Ooh, that kind of made me feel a little bit nauseous. Imagine if that was happening. I could feel my stomach like churning.
Simulated.
How many combat drops?
2. Including this one.
Oh, even he's better. Businessman, and yeah, he's just sleeping. By the way, that's what I did. We had training in the army, again, Finnish Defense Forces, and we would often have weeks where we would like be in the forest camping, and sometimes we had combat camps that was 3 days, 2 nights. I was filming something. We were in our armored vehicles, and we would just drive around because they were training the people driving the vehicles, and then we would jump out and do our training, and then whenever you were just in the vehicle, you're just like sleeping.
See what we can
You just sleep whenever you can. Like that's the truth. You should sleep whenever you can. When there's a moment of nothing's happening that is your responsibility, you just sleep.
Somebody wake up Hicks.
That was me. I'm Hicks. I would just be sleeping when I could. Again, no actual action, nothing like that, but we would have training. That's a relatively small group of people, I just realized, considering... I mean, I guess they're kind of recons right now, doing recon.
You know, we manufacture those, by the way.
Yeah, that's your business. We get it. Ah, that looks like Terminator 2 to me. I love it. I love this era style of sci-fi. Terminator 2, Aliens. Very practical and clever way of showing how they would do that kind of stuff. Oh, that's exactly what we would do. We would like come out of the ship and like go into your positions.
Hudson, run a bypass.
So Hudson is relatively clever. So that's not me. Second squad. I was the squad leader, or the second squad, kind of, or like the squad backup leader. And I was a combat engineer, so I dealt with combat and explosives. So in fact, I know how to use C4. I have the rights to use explosives in the army, not in civilian life, but in the army. But the Finnish C4 is called Peno. It's like we have our own explosive factories. So there's destruction. Is that melted stuff or not? Oh yeah, of course they would have cameras because they're also doing recon, so it makes sense that they would want to like see what's going on. I just realized. Yeah, she would know what to look for. How they're hiding in the tubes. Air vents. Oh, there's this more industrial or military grade, whereas the other one was more just handmade. Yeah, there's supposed to be people here, but there's nobody here. He looks creepy in that angle. That lighting was like, his face reminded me of the offspring from Romulus, actually. And from that angle, with the weird, like when he's looking like that. You know what I also like? They heard a sound, they all responded without saying a word. Everybody understood what that sound means, so I like that. It's not like, I think I heard a sound. No, it's they already are like on the same page. They are working as a squad. They don't even need to say anything. Yeah, yeah. That's been kind of recent then, because they're alive still. They haven't eaten each other. Yeah, that was like kind of sudden and recent.
There.
Yep.
You seeing this all right?
This is so Halo 1 from the before library level, yeah. That would be creepy. That would be creepy. She did say it, and now you're seeing acid damage, so that would kind of be like, well, something's correlating, even if it was like a psychosis, but still. That's so funny. I can imagine it. Somebody doing that. And also that. I mean, they're not wrong or right.
He's coming in. I feel safer already.
I mean, she's such a bitch. Why is she so bothered by him? I mean, guys, they're both too similar in a way. He doesn't back down from her, whereas the tall guy kind of like lets her be, whereas that guy is like too similar to her. Yeah, I like that she would be like hesitant.
Are you alright?
And also like their natural like chemistry of like kind of noticing each other. Not like, oh, I think this about her. Oh no, he's like this. You know, it's just naturally. They're just kind of noticing each other. They're more in tune with each other. If his name is Hicks, I don't remember. I'll just call him Kyle. But from Terminator 1. But he seems to be more rational than the other ones. I like that. I like that she's kind of like freaking out. I like her face. She's afraid. I mean, I guess that's not like really a research facility for the aliens or anything like the Romulus thing was. It's more like just random research. I can't get over that his face reminds me of the Romulus offspring's face. Is there research on it? Yep, that's what I thought. There's research on it. They are doing research on it. You knew it. I like that. That's good. That's good. I like that. She's like freaking the fuck out because she's seeing. It's reminding her of what happened. That's so good. I think he's starting to believe. I think that was like shit. Is this? I was like just kind of manipulating her a little bit, but is that's alive?
Careful, Burke.
Looks like love at first sight.
I mean, kinda. I mean, implantation.
They killed him taking it off.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got some here.
So he is Hicks. Okay. I mean, I would feel safer knowing that I legit have these huge guns and everything. I like the fact that they actually clearly went through training because how they're moving together. Again, I like that she's freaking out. The contrast to them being very peaceful. But the fact that the soldiers are sticking together is like, I like that actors went through like training of how Marines and all that would move and all that. He has a hairy arm. I don't know why it's like highlighting in this light so much, but his blonde hair in his arm is like looking like a spider web or highlighted something weird. I'm not too worried about the first jump because I'm pretty sure there's going to be Newt at some point. I know the name Newt. Yep. I know the name Newt.
Hold up. Ripley.
Or a pet. But I know there's going to be the little girl at some point, so that's going to be like a whole thing. Oh, he saved her? He actually saved the girl. He was that fast of reacting. Shit. That's why he called her in. Damn. I mean, Kyle, you're being a little bit like... From now on, I don't know what the scares are going to be because... I mean, she would know how she's freaking out. Yeah. A fun fact, in Finland, army is defense forces, and because it's based on reserve army, so we need to train people. So we have a thing called MPK, maanpuolustuskoulu, like a army training, school. So army training school in Finland is courses generally often for free or very cheap, where the army gives training for people who are in reserve. So fun fact, this weekend I'm going a reserve training for TRA, taistelu rakennetulla alueella, which means combat in an urban area. So that's why I was commenting on how they were moving together, because that's literally the training I'm going to have this weekend. We're going to have our AK variants, RK-62s, and we're going to move around in the urban combat training area, how to get into a building with a squad. Well, she's freaking out, by the way. Oh yeah, I guess she is the first witness that could actually explain what happened. Yeah, you're right.
Now look, Rebecca, you have to try and help.
Give it a rest.
Go away. She's freaking out. PTSD.
Physically, she's okay.
Just chill out for a second. Just let her have a moment and breathe. Eat, rest. Yeah, exactly. Just chill for a second, enjoy something, feel alive.
That good, huh?
Yeah, she had a daughter who was 11, so she would be very in tune with this.
Mom and Dad?
Is she the girl from the beginning in the ship? I just realized.
They're dead. All right, can I go now?
I mean, she's probably seen the fighting before, and she could crawl into a little hole. They're relatively big, the aliens, so yeah.
It won't make any difference.
All right, let's go, people. They ain't paying us by the hour. Let's go, head them out. Okay, Franz, you're driving.
Oh, it's a totally different place. That makes sense. I like that. That makes sense that they actually had to go to a different place. Because that would explain why they didn't die when they just came in. Huh?
Next one down.
Oh, there's that many there.
I'm not making that out too well. What is it, Hudson?
Organic? That, my friend, is organic alien goop.
Looks like some sort of secreted resin.
Yeah. But secreted from what?
Nobody touched nothing.
Yeah, that's fair, I think.
Busy little creatures, huh? Hot as hell in here. Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat. Knock it off, Hudson.
Someone always has to say it. It's the humidity that gets you.
Look where your team is. They're right under the primary heat exchangers. If they fire their weapons in there, won't they rupture the cooling system?
Oh, talking about a thermonuclear explosion and adios muchachos.
Oh, great. I want you to collect magazines from everybody.
You fucking crazy? Hey, what the hell are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
I think this is showing a big point here is they follow orders. Is she gonna? The newbie, which is common, by the way, I knew it. The lieutenant or whatever. The guy who's sitting in the chair giving them orders, he's very inexperienced, so he didn't even think of that. That wasn't even something that came to his mind because he's so uneducated and not so experienced and didn't even think about that kind of stuff at all. And the others weren't thinking about military strategy, and they weren't thinking about military strategy, and the person who's supposed to be thinking of military strategy wasn't thinking of it because he's so inexperienced and is stressing and worried about everything. And you could also argue that that's the reason why the aliens are there. Obviously, just very stable structure and heat and all that. However, also, you could argue that the Queen wanted to go there because that's a good defense. They are clearly very defensive creatures, I always considered that aliens to be, intelligent and not just predators, in my opinion. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, if her papa and mama are there, that is definitely a problem. I mean, I guess that's true. They can't just be, I don't know, we have to leave. The point is, they don't know they're supposed to find out. It sucks, but it's their job. He's gonna be alive. But we don't see a chest thing on him yet.
What?
Yeah, that would be not nice to see. And I guess that is the final confirmation that it is happening, what we think is happening. It wasn't a nightmare, it was real. Yeah, that's screwed up. I mean, I guess they would hear death throes. And they're very clearly creatures that can go on standby to wait for the next thing to happen, So they were just kind of hibernating or something, and now they heard death throes of their kin. Everywhere! Is that gonna move behind him? Oh yeah, infrared, yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. So infrared, so, she had explosives. Yeah. What is happening? Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, that would be...
Lay down a suppressing fire with the all back by squads.
He's just going back to handbook. Handbook.
I said I want you to lay down a suppressing fire with the incinerators and fall back.
Yeah, they're just trying to like follow basic orders and logic, but it's not working. He didn't have the respect of the squad. They didn't know what they were getting into. Yeah, that's not helping. It's not helping, though. It's not helping, Ripley, that you're yelling. And you would be also afraid that they're gonna blow up the goddamn reactor and kill you. Like, you would be thinking, I'm about to die. Yeah, you gotta do something, yeah. Can't just wait around.
What the hell are you doing?
What do you think she's doing? She's doing something. You got an armored vehicle. What's she doing? I guess she feels more... I like that he's also like, no, go away. So loud. I also do appreciate that she's panicking and freaking out and bumping into things. And I mean, that is true. They did recon that area. They know that that area is safe. So just get closer to them, as close as you can. I think that's completely reasonable. And I think they're going to have some respect for her now because she actually did actions, whereas the leader did nothing. I mean, at least they're doing stuff. He's going to die. He's going to die. Yeah, he's gonna die. Ay, 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 ay. Is the... Yeah, that's what I thought. They're gonna show that. That makes sense, because why would he know? Yeah, you gotta go. You just gotta go. He's burning. They're all burning. Yeah. Quick decisions. Ay. Burn, burn, burn. He has his face. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that'll happen. That is such a good defense, though, by the way. Right now, their mission is to get away from that facility, get to the plane, go to the space station, go on quarantine, and then send a message of not coming here. Good idea. Bug. Aye. I like that. That must have felt good for her. It's like squashing one of them. Aye. Get away, get away. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Yeah, calm down, exactly. I like that. I like that she's freaking out. That makes sense. Just getting like completely focused. So like, I gotta go, you know, that makes sense. I like that.
You okay?
Well, she's just... I kind of like that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, he's just burning.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the only way to be sure.
Fucking A.
Perfectly reasonable.
Substantial dollar value attached to it.
What?
They can bill me.
This is an emotional moment.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Make snap clearly an important species we're dealing with, and I don't think that you or I or anybody
What?
has the right to arbitrarily...
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
Authorize that.
They're not asking you.
Corporal Hicks.
This operation is under military jurisdiction.
Step it out.
Is next in chain of command. My right, Corporal.
Yeah.
Yep, that's... Yeah, that's like, fuck. I don't want to be, but he is. He's so relatable.
Say we take off, nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
I like their chemistry. It's natural. It's natural. It's reasonable. They're both people of action, but they're both kind of chill. It's not like they're perfect, but they're most... I get it. That makes sense. They're both kind of the similar character in their own squads, you know?
Move it, Spunkmeyer. We're rolling.
Spunkmeyer? What is that name? That makes sense. Life. Aliens would try to go to life, especially now that they have been awoken. There would be other aliens somewhere else as well. That's reasonable. Yeah. I like that she still wanted to fight. That she was instantly, like, trying to fight. That makes sense. Ah, it just reminds me of Terminator 2. I love it. Run! Well, that's not good. Yeah. I mean... I don't know. He's also had acid attack, so, you know.
Game over, man.
Game over. That's what it was. Game over, man. Game over. I've heard that line.
And they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I've heard that from South Park when Eric Cartman says that. Mostly. So there's a lot of like famous lines I know, but I've actually never watched the movie through and through, which is very strange. I don't think we just had it on VHS, you know? Because we used to have a whole wall of VHS movies that we would like record from TV with the commercials and everything. So I don't think we just ever had Aliens. We had Alien 1 and Alien 4 for some reason.
17 days. 17 days?
This little girl survived longer than that with no weapons and no training.
True. She's like, I like her. She's cool. Yeah, it's all reasonable.
Hudson, just deal with it because we need you and I'm sick of your bullshit.
That's also reasonable.
Now I want you to get on a terminal and call up some kind of floor plan file. Do you understand?
Give her something. Give him something to do.
I don't care.
Exactly. Exactly. That's good.
Sub-basements, every possible way into this complex. We don't have much time.
Go away from emotion to logic. Logic center. Okay, 1, 2, 3 plus 3. Okay, like okay, yeah. That's. Also saying I need you is also important. You're important to us. Not saying, oh, I'm going to kill you because you're freaking out. No, it's you're important to us. Yeah, she's like, well, he's going to kill us. It's like, God damn it.
So this service tunnel must be how they're moving back and forth.
I like her. She's acting like a real kid would.
No, it's back.
All of this is like very natural conversations. I like that.
All right, people, let's move like we've got a purpose.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
So I'm guessing the little girl is going to be something in the next movies or something because she's learning too much, you know?
Test it, Hudson.
Do it!
I think this is part of the extended or whatever. Hey, I don't know why the hell is those kind of shots are important for tension. Ooh. So he's a heartthrob in this era of 80s action. He's like that. He's a very reasonable, cool guy. I like him. Why didn't his career blow up more? I like him. Maybe he's just too relatable. You know, he's not like Arnold, who's something like totally larger than life in a way.
Promise. I cross my heart and hope to die.
That's such a weird saying. I never understood it. Cross my heart and hope to die. I don't get it. What does that mean? Somebody explain to me what that saying means or that swearing. I don't get it. That must be like very strange for her because she lived at least like weeks or months or half a year without her daughter. Oof, that scared me. I don't know why that scared me. But I just saw something suddenly flick that her kid is dead, you know? So now holding a kid in your hands must be very strange.
He was very specific about it.
Look, those 2 specimens are worth millions to the bioweapons division, right? Now, if you're smart, we can both come out of as heroes, and we will be...
I would kill him. Like, this is borderline getting to that point. I think...
You're crazy, Bert. Do you know that?
He doesn't understand the danger he's
You
in.
really think you can get a dangerous organism like that past ICC quarantine?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't understand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There must have been like an order. Yeah.
So I made a decision and wrong. It was a bad call.
Yeah. So he's just...
People are dead, Burke!
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what's
Yeah.
going on here?
He deserves to die.
I'm gonna make sure that they nail you right to the wall for this.
You have to understand you might die soon, man. Like, seriously.
You know, I expected more from
No.
you. I
No.
you'd be smarter than
No.
this.
Happy to disappoint you.
Good comeback. However, I think he's also right because he might use the android to kill you, Ripley. He's not wrong. You're being Ned Stark. You're being Ned Stark where you're like, I'll just do the right thing. No, you might have to kill him. I'm sorry. You really might. They have already shown to be slimy and dangerous, the company, so... I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. Must have killed at least 20 already. That was fast.
The wall in there.
I'm afraid I have some bad news.
What?
Well, that's the switch.
Yeah, true.
How long till it blows?
4 hours.
I like that they just like, yeah.
Last radius of 30 kilometers, equal to about 40 megatons.
We got problems.
I don't believe this. I don't fucking...
Hey, what do you do?
It ain't half fair, man. 4 more weeks.
That would suck.
I don't care how, but we better think of something.
Yeah,
We better think of
something.
a
Do
way.
something. Is there anything that sends signals? Yeah.
I'll go.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm the only one qualified to remote pilot the ship anyway.
Yeah.
I may be synthetic, but I'm not stupid.
I like his hair. It makes him look very weird. That is a tight hole. What? Is he gonna squeeze through that? That's not nice. I like that. See, again, that's little world building. That from Vasquez, that was like, hey, here you go. This is what I get this, and he's like, this is stupid. That is horrifying. They must have killed at least like 30 of them now, right? If there was like 100 of them, of the humans. But I noticed there's a lot of eating and drinking. There's constantly people drinking, eating, talking, wandering, pondering. That's actually very interesting. And sleep.
Okay, what do I do?
I mean, yeah, he should get some training. At least like one clip, you know. She has trigger discipline.
That's a grenade launcher. I don't think you want to mess with that.
I mean, yeah, you could just kill everybody. I mean, true. That's true. I think she's a quick learner.
I can handle myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm not. I'm not a quick learner. I would need a lot of repetition to be able to figure anything out. If you say too many things, I'll just get confused. Oh!
How do you feel?
He's had a talk with him. He's had a talk with them. The company guy talked with him. If she's gone, that's not good. That's a little worrying, I feel like. She's just under the bed. If she's under the bed, we're all okay. That's fine. That's like normal for her, you know? This is all very human. They behave very human, which is something you don't get in modern movies. How long has it been? 40 minutes or 2 minutes? That's creepy. I don't like that. No. No, it wouldn't be that. Did the company man really release it on her? Or I'm going to call him the lieutenant who had a concussion. I don't remember his rank, but that's just what comes to me. Did they really... That was clever. I like that. That was a good reaction. There were ambush aliens, I feel like. I think it was a mistake. Yeah, because this is completely soundproof. Oh, somebody took the gun away. The gun was on top of her bed. Company man, right? That is fucked. I told you she's Ned Stark. She's like, I will court-martial you. No, you have to kill him. But that's fine. That's I'm not saying that's bad writing. I'm saying that's her character. Her character is that way. It's like, I will, tell on you, that kind of stuff. And that's, say what you will, she hasn't been a murderer before. So that is like reasonable from her character. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess you could just try to fight it, but it's pretty big. It's like that big. Because I will say that I would assume that it's capable of, oh, clever, good, very good idea. What is the lieutenant gonna say? Because I don't know, I think the lieutenant is just childish. He's like not experienced, not experienced, not childish, but not experienced. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could probably try to wrestle with it, but it is pretty big. So think of like a big spider or crab. Like it's capable, it's capable. It can do things. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it has the tail too. It will try to choke you. You're right. Yeah. I was panic kid strength. I like that. Good, we saved the kid. That's good. Good kid. Are they gonna kill the company man, I wonder? That would be horrifying. Especially because it's trying to choke her and you can't cut it. Shoot, yeah. Ready? Yep. Pop. Good. Yeah, company man. And I think he'll believe him as well. I like that they believed him. Believed her. I like that her voice is fucked. It should be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna kill you. Except Hux is too honorable, I think.
Listen to what you're saying. It's paranoid delusion.
It's also not wrong. You're not wrong. It is possible that she is paranoid. It is possible. I like the fact that Hux, meaning Kyle, I'll just say Kyle because Huds and Hux, whatever, logistics leader, and then, why am I forgetting names? Ripley is the intelligence leader, right? And they just go to action very quickly. I like that.
Anything?
And again, I like the fact that Vasquez or whatever is like, yep, okay, this is well done, I'm fine. No. She has a nice gun. The handle, ivory pistol, on her chest. Yeah, too bunched up, I guess. You gotta do what you gotta do. Shoot the company man, I will say that. Just one bullet. You sure you're not trapping yourself in there?
We didn't miss anything.
Below you, above you. Why? What's above? I think that's already good enough. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Well, that's a problem. What do you do? Where do you go? You're unbelievable, man. The concussion man has done nothing. I do still appreciate this is the first time the aliens are meeting actual Marines. So, yeah. Good. Just go. Fight. Is there going to be a problem here now? Where are they going to go? I don't know what they're going to do. But she would know some little... And also it might be a bit tighter that at least humans can kind of move in. I wonder if they're going to have to take the armor off or something at some point. I appreciate characters like Vasquez and in the Alien 1, the black guy, where they talk big game, but when time comes to do stuff, they shut up. I like that. Makes them a lot more likable, I think Hicks should switch to be, yeah. I like her gun. Yeah, can you do? Not much. He's already there on you. Fighting. Yeah, we were waiting for that, but I like that. I like that you can fight. Okay, you can do something, man. Do something. Yeah, it's the way to go. I mean, at least you have control. You can do something. I don't know if I could care. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know if I could care. You should, but it's also like, oh my god, we almost made it, and now there's a kid that would lose that we have to help. I don't know, man. Yeah, true. Okay. Even if she doesn't know exactly where she is, and how the hell are you supposed to find her? That's a little bit, I don't know. Oh god, I guess you should have to. You would have to try. You can't leave a kid alone. And she's been useful. She hasn't been like dead weight. She did more than the lieutenant dude did, so yeah. I can't just let her die, but also there's a part of me that is like, so bad, you know? I guess she's also yelling constantly, so we do know that she's alive. That is just so... I'm like so stressed for her now, so I'm like... Yeah, I think they just take her to... kill her somewhere. Yeah, that would be her like way of processing her kid's death. It's like she physically cannot, you know? I mean, you gotta go. Yeah, you're right. How's he gonna die? That would suck. that would be horrifying. Yeah. Take it off, take it off. I mean, I guess the armor worked. You can't deny that. The armor did work. I have to be honest, that's a tough choice. If I had the plane, I'm on the ship, I'm on with everybody. I don't know if I would risk it to go and get the girl. But it makes sense for her character because she was never a murderer. She was always somebody who was by the books and wanted to help people and do the right thing. And like I said, this is her way of processing her own kid's death. She cannot physically let a child die. See, again, this makes sense. This is not a girl boss moment. This is a moment of a mother whose daughter died and she saw another kid in her arms get taken out who's about to face the most horrifying experience a living thing can. And she is there. She has the guns. She has the ship. She knows where they are. She knows how they operate. How could I let this child like go through that? That makes sense. And it's not that I'm better than other people. It's literally, I'm gonna do this. Regardless, I have to do this. The other guy already like saved her by when she was frozen of like panic. He was the one who got her there, saved her life, shooting the alien. Now he's like wounded, and now she gotta do what she gotta do. That's all fine. That's all fine and dandy. That's not a girl busting. That's just a great character moment, you know? It's all of that frustration, all of the frustration of the first movie, the second movie, the company, and the aliens, everything. That I lost my fucking daughter. It's like, I'm doing this, you know? All of it, like laser focus. This will happen. Like, that's cool. That's badass, you know? You've seen all the maps, you've had time to study everything. Everything makes sense. It's fine. It's crazy, irrational, but it's like, it makes sense with a human heart. Okay, also, utterly forgot she literally has the tracker. And I don't know why I forgot about that for a second, that that's what she was actually following. I'm stupid. That would be horrifying. That would be so horrifying. That is so horrifying. I don't like that. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why I just feel it in my mouth. Oh, they made it extra slimy. They made it extra slimy. Oh, that's good actually. Yeah. That's good. Now yeah. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. I was thinking that of course it's gonna happen that she's gonna save her, but that made sense. Yeah. Close your eyes. They have killed a lot of them. I counted like at least 30 from them pushing earlier. And then now after that, at least 60. At least 60 easily, I feel like they've killed, right? So let's throw another 10 on just like the random encounters that we haven't seen. So there's not actually like 100 left anymore. Again, that's a very good filmmaking thing when it was so loud, I was like yelling in my head, and then it suddenly got so definitely quiet that I instantly got like a chill down my neck. I don't like the breathing. I don't like the breathing. I mean, technically, if I was you, right now, I would just shoot all my bullets in the queen's head and hope for the best, you know? Because at least then the queen is dead, you know? But I do get it that the aliens also understand that this is a stalemate. She has the capacity to hurt their queen, so what do we do right now? Yeah, it's just like, yeah. That's fine. I get that. The queen is clearly intelligent and is like, yo, you didn't guard me? There's a thing here that could, in a split second, kill me as well, which is true. She could, right now, pull the trigger, shoot the queen, or she could order them to kill her and everybody's gonna die. That is fascinating. That is funny. That is because I kind of said that, and that's exactly what happened. She showed them that I can hurt you. She's like, shit, okay. I mean, you know what's gonna happen if you do that. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I like that. I was exactly thinking the same. It's like, well, there that goes, I guess. That's funny. You can't, like, be angry at me. But again, there's not, like, again, 1, 2, 3. By my count, there was, like, max 30 left. But now there's only, like, 20-something again left. I will say that I actually like the fact that in the, that they talked about how many there were left, that they said there was about 100 or more, or whatever, but still, of the humans that were infected. So when you actually think about like how many were shot, it makes sense also why she could go into the nest, because there literally isn't 100 left. They easily killed at least 60 of them. Yeah, 30 is still a lot, but assume that it's not just 30 there. There's probably still 10 there, 10 there, 10 there, right? So it actually might be only 10 with the queen. It's a huge, huge, huge... Look, do you see how big it is? If there's 10, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. Meaning if you're here, there's actually only a few of them here, right? So that actually gave a lot of credit, like, logic of, like, how she could just, like, whoosh, suddenly go in. Especially when they wouldn't expect it, necessarily, you know? Yeah, I don't like how intelligent the queen is as well. You know what's also funny? This is literally a bunch of women fighting. And it's super entertaining. Super well done, right? Where... What is happening? I don't know what's happening. Did they actually leave or what happened? Oh, I saw that first. Yeah, it's like, what do you do? I mean, I guess it was getting just too unstable. Got out. Hey! Got out and no problems, right? Everything is good. And this explosion, I forgot about that. I keep forgetting that that was also happening. I mean, he had acid attack on his eye, apparently. Well, that's a little... Yeah, he's a little... Oh, the stretcher. Yeah, I see. Why did they show us that?
That platform was just becoming too unstable.
Okay.
I had to circle and hope that things didn't get too...
That's fine. That's a fine explanation that it might, like, buckle under them. That's fine. Good explanation. I love those little, like, throwaway lines. That is like, thank you. Good quality. You thought about it. Well, that's a problem. Yep, and as he just proved that he wasn't bad, then that happens. Happened faster than I thought, which is good, because I was kind of like, I know it's going to happen. Can we just get to it already? No, but he was cool. What do you do? I don't have an answer to that. What do you do? We don't know if it can sniff stuff. It feels like it can sniff stuff. It's kind of scary that these monsters don't want to eat you. They want to breed you. So that explains it. Now we got to this. I'm curious to see how this goes. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. That's fun. Because wouldn't you want to do that?
Away from her, you bitch.
That's fun. That's fun. That makes sense because wouldn't you want to do that? It's like, just grab it like that, you know? Feeling so hopeless and proud. That's fun. That's fun. Because that's like what we've had. We had the guns to shoot the small ones, and now we have a big one to fuck with the big one. That's so satisfying, you know? Because that's what humans can do. We can do that, motherfucker. You're a bioweapon. We're just a weapon, you know? Yeah. I like that. That's cool. But it has the tail. Wouldn't understand what the strength of this is. It hasn't at least seen humans with those. Maybe it has seen other beings, but that's so satisfying. I like that little chest of like, I want to like whip around from there and come at you from here, but she has the two claws. But it's also measuring her speed, I think. It's like measuring, oh, you're slow, I'm fast, you know? I can just take it slow. Yeah. It's like I'm measuring what's going on. I'm measuring what's going on. But yeah, she has other things. She has other things that you don't. That's smart. That's smart, yeah. But they're quite wide, her like claws, so she can do quite a lot, you know. Oh, she's got... Oh! So that's funny, yeah. It's not only her that has the alien that has a close quarter weapon. She also has a close quarter that we know for a fact that it doesn't like. That's gonna happen. That's what I was expecting too. That's smart. That makes sense. Ay. But it's also heavy. You would assume that a being like a machine like that is super dense metal, you know, tungsten or something, to be able to actually do everything it's trying to do. So at least that makes sense that it like would be heavy on the Queen. Right now, could you take a metal plate that is as big and thick as you and it was on top of you and you would be able to take it? I don't think so. Oh, I hope he'll save the girl. That's still dangerous. Now it's just floating in space, you know? I hope that was gonna be him. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That's nice. That's creepy, but still nice. I hope Kyle does something. Oh, Kyle did nothing. I would have kind of hoped that Kyle would have come up and helped there, that he would have done something, but it's fine. Because I like the fact that Bishop, the synthetic, also helped. They wouldn't leave that as a teaser for the third one, that Kyle got a alien in him, because we don't see him. They wouldn't do that, right? Touche. I mean, that was badass. That was fun. That was satisfying. That was so satisfying. Because I think we all wanted to see high-tech human stuff fucking up an alien, you know? I think that's fun. We trying to save him? Yeah. It would be cool. Kyle is just out. Kind of sucks. I would have wished that he clicked the button to at least close the door, you know? It is kind of an interesting decision that they decided to do that, because that really gives me, like, a feeling for something else. I really feel like it's gonna be a tease for the future or something, you know? Because why wouldn't they use him there? This is not a complaint, it's just I'm thinking of storytelling, of like, why not just use him where... Yeah, I was just thinking from storytelling perspective, wouldn't it be kind of cool to have Kyle as like his last-ditch effort of like, oh, like completely dropped up, seeing what's, from his perspective, what's happening. He just like jumps in, tumbles, and just like presses the button or something. I think that would have been kind of nice. They're all just like, oh my god. It would have been the Arnold moment from Terminator 2. I need a vacation, like that, you know? No, that was, yeah, I mean, what else gonna happen? Fantastic. What else am I supposed to say? Fantastic. I mean, entertaining as heck, really good as heck. Just an old school good movie. I have to be honest, it's long, but it doesn't feel that long. Everything feels like it has a purpose. The beginning, world building is fantastic, and then discovery is great. I like the tension, because I feel like what was, let me know if I'm wrong, what was cut from the theatrical release was the auto turret segment, which I think was completely reasonable. It made sense. I don't think there's any reason to do that, because it created that tension of like, what the hell are we gonna do? But I understand if you're sitting in a movie theater. So that was fantastic. And then the action was fantastic, obviously. And then going to save the girl, I was a little bit worried. It's like, oh, is this gonna take too long? To be honest, but no, it was good. It was good. It was tension. It was I liked the reveal of the Queen. That was really good. And the ending fight was super satisfying. Everything made sense. I think the writing is good. There's not really anything huge where I'm like, well, what the hell? Everything was like, I mean, yeah, you can say predictable, but it's also because it's been so quoted so hard that nothing's really gonna surprise me in that sense, but just entertaining, just fun, entertaining, well done, good ideas, super clever. It's just so really good. And I don't want to say that older movies were better, but there's just a precedent to kind of say that. You know what I mean? Compare that to modern movies where it's just remakes of the remakes of the remakes. If it's a continuation, because even with this, I could understand somebody not liking where episode 1, I'm just call them episodes. Episode 1 was such pure horror. Episode 2 is not horror. Just seeing them mowing down a ton of them is kind of a shame in a way. But at the same time, it also makes sense because the first one was just, you know, John Doe's. It was just random working people. And you would see this perfect specimen. Of course, you would be like, what the hell? I don't got guns. But now it was satisfying seeing humans, Homo sapiens, capable. You know, we're capable. I've got a gun designed to shoot and kill. Of course, it's gonna do shit. You know, that makes sense. It was still super satisfying. A few little like icky-picky moments as well. Really well done. And compare that to like modern worlds. If there's a sequel, it's just more of the same, more of the same, more of the same. Remakes are just more of the same. You know, episode 7 of Star Wars is just episode 4, right? The best way I can put it, it's just written that like they're human. How they talk, who they are, they're cringy, they're annoying, they're unique, they're characters, you know, they're people. Whereas I feel like nowadays they're not people. A lot of the writing is more like self-inserts, you know? It's like, and a lot of the things they're doing is just very naturally, they're just doing stuff. Like even when they were looking at the map at some point and the girl is trying to peek, that makes sense, and the Kyle notices, picks her up, and he's like, no, just go back there. All of that is like such natural. That delivery from him was really good because he was obviously directed to do something. Look like you're busy looking at the map. It wasn't a sequence of events. It was just stuff happening naturally. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's still a shame that I feel like a lot of modern movies are just repetition, not that creative, very safe. All in all, super entertaining. time flew by. Well done. Great movie. Honestly, it's one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. One of the best sci-fi actions ever made. One of the best actions ever made. And I agree. It's a fantastic movie. Worth to watch again and again, I feel like. So thank you very much for joining me on this journey of watching Aliens, Alien 2 for the first time ever. Fantastic movie, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you.